This is my response to Quentin Skinner's reading of Machiavelli's The Prince. The goal of a ruler, according to Machiavelli, is glory, or la gloria. The goal of a prince is to do great things that will bring you glory, that results in attaining fame, which fame is achieved through glory, not the other way around. Machiavelli is setting this figure of glory as the main focal point of being a ruler, quoting, "attained so much glory that they died venerated by all," which means that they were respected by attaining their glory. So glory has a major impact on how you're viewed by others in the present and in the future, and will be like a basis of how other rulers will base their rule on. My vision of a ruler's main goal is to improve their kingdom for the better, focusing on a problem solving and improvements for the ruler and everyone they rule, while still maintaining a strong justice system to allow good citizens to reap improvements and not criminals, which would also be considered like attaining fame through that, because if they are seen as a good ruler and have good improvements to their kingdoms, they will set a standard for a good state, and so therefore they would be remembered for their deeds and their ideas and their improvements on the state. When should a ruler be just or fair? According to Machiavelli, justice is the foundation of a prince's perpetual acclaim and glory. To be just is to keep your word, but using liberality and clemency is to go beyond justice as it is mercy. According to Machiavelli, being a man of liberality is having enemies due to making decisions like heavy taxes in order to sustain a reputation of being a liberal. It is good to have a balance, as being hated for decisions to keep reputation results in losing your state. You should be just, but you shouldn't be going beyond into the mercy territories. Because if you have too much mercy and you keep giving it out, but the one time you don't give it, people are going to rage and expect mercy when you aren't supposed to be giving it. I think it's good to be just if people keep their word back. However, I think it's best to not put more mercy beyond justice, as that reputation is hard to maintain and keep without consequences of enemies and tough decisions. Because you can't trust that everyone will be able to forgive you for not giving mercy one time when others have received mercy. So it's better to be fair and not give bias to other people with your mercy compared to others. How far should faith and promises be kept by a ruler? Machiavelli says that keeping your word is great virtue. However, always keeping your word will backfire on you. The question is whether always keeping this promise will hurt or help the state. So if you were to keep a promise that hurts the state, you will lose your state. But if you keep a promise that helps the state in the end, you will maintain your state a lot better. So it's a matter of deciding what promises to keep and which ones you shouldn't keep for the good of the state. And I agree that if you know a promise will end in harm, then you shouldn't keep it. But if it's a neutral or beneficial promise, keep it. Because it did not mention neutral promises that don't, in the end, harm or benefit the state. So if I think that you should add neutral into the promises kept, because if it doesn't do any harm and it doesn't do any good, it's not a problem, because it'll sit in the back. So